Cake soap, Benz Punan, because we have the Benz. Cake soap, because we have the cake soap.
Y'all say me pretty like a coloring book. She say me skin pretty like a coloring.
You got the body when me looking for. Girl, your attitude match me car. So
watch where you walk, your goodly vanish, not deny. Take off, in a port more, go back and move here. Cause a commandment stand up same way.
no man panic Gaza, no boat up. No man panic Gaza, no boat up. When tell them me day up on the Gaza, I'm ready.
Them shoulda know Gaza man stand tall, which hear me say me big bad and brave.
Oh, here we go. Summertime is here, you know. Straight jeans and fitted in a white t-shirt, we did it.
Vybz Kartel is not someone that can be ordered around. You know what I mean?
Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and let's get right into the story. Alright, the first ever Caribbean Music Award was held in Brooklyn, New York, recently. The first ever Caribbean Music Award. Listen, the party started on a red carpet. Grammy Award winner and host Wyclef Jean was there. His dancers set the stage at King's Theater in Flatbush. You gotta understand that the Caribbean Music Awards, although it is not as storied as all the other awards with a long history, this is our award. And if you watch the video and you saw the amount of people that turned out, you know that this is here to stay, and this is definitely as big as the Grammys. And in the hearts of Caribbean people, this award show is going to be even bigger than the Grammys because it's ours, something like FUBU, for us, by us, and done extravagantly. With that said, let's talk about the GOAT, greatest of all time. We are talking about Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel was awarded Artist of the Decade. Not Artist of the Year, Artist of the Decade at the Caribbean Music Award. Now, of course, Vybz Kartel was not there to receive his award. But if he was, the place would have turned over, right? Because we've been witnessing now how his music is played and how the crowd reacts with the man not even being there. Shout out to Alkaline for actually playing a Vybz Kartel track at his New Rules concert recently held in New York, where Mavado performed to a crowd that was sold out, a huge crowd, which looks something like the Caribbean Music Award crowd, by the way. Right, so let's talk about Vybz Kartel now because he's the man of the moment, right? Artist of the Decade. Honestly speaking, Vybz Kartel has been artist of the last 2 decades, but I'm not going to hold anybody's foot. I'm just saying, he really has been artist of the last 2 decades. He decided to put the game on lock, and he did just that, right? These intro tunes that I played before we started talking on this video, those are just little snippets for you to go and do your research if you don't know about Vybz Kartel. He just has tons and tons and tons of great music. Not only does he have tons and tons of great music from the past, he continues today to put out tons and tons and tons of great music. Almost seems like he is putting the music out on a daily basis. The man is just a music making machine. And here's the thing. All of Vybz Kartel's music is constructively done. Some songs you might like, some songs you might not like, but even the ones that you do not like end up growing on you anyways because they all make sense. Yes, from the gun song to the pum pum songs to the conscious songs to the songs about life struggles to the songs that he has a song for every situation in life. Remember I said that. Vybz Kartel has a song for every situation in life. That is called diversity, my friend. Yes, diversity. The brilliance of Vybz Kartel is what got him awarded this award, Artist of the Decade. The brilliance, the sheer brilliance, the sheer resilience. Let's talk about his current situation. Vybz Kartel has been incarcerated for over 11 going on 12 years now, right? And behind bars, he is awarded Artist of the Decade. Now, it puts a smile on my face because I remember when Vybz Kartel was first incarcerated. I'm sure he did not expect to stay behind bars that long. He probably thought within himself, having hope, my lawyers are going to fight this. I'm going to be out on appeal in a couple of years and I'll be back. Well, it hasn't worked out that way so far. His case is now at the Privy Council and set to go for a review in the early parts of 2024, which we look forward to the Privy Council doing the right thing and setting him free, because that was a botched case. But let's talk about his resilience. Let's talk about what he said years ago when he was first incarcerated. He said dancehall is locked up. Dancehall music is behind bars. And a lot of people were offended. How dare you? How dare you? After dancehall don't stop or start with Kartel. He gone to prison, dancehall will continue. Okay. Look at the progress of dancehall since Vybz Kartel has gone to incarceration. Look at what dancehall has produced since Vybz Kartel has gone to incarceration. I want to show you something, right? Every artist that is top of the line, top of the food chain, whether you like their music or not, are in some way affiliated, associated, or co-signed by Vybz Kartel. In some way, one way or another. Do the maths up the thing, and you will see it. He is that great. So when he said dancehall is behind bars, this is exactly what he was talking about. This is exactly what he meant. Vybz Kartel could have done so much more to spread the brand of dancehall music across the globe. And honestly speaking, certain people would not be in a position they are within the genre if he was out and free. Out and free, if he's able to do so much from behind bars, you can imagine what he would be able to do if he was able to do radio appearances and TV interview appearances and travel and tour and perform live on stage at concerts and all these things. It was his idea first that he was going to have Vybz Kartel and Friends, or he was going to have Gaza Fest. Now you've seen Unruly Fest by Popcorn, which has become very successful. Popcorn even flew Drake into Jamaica for Unruly Fest, which was a fiasco. He is now taking his Unruly Fest overseas. Now you see people like Alkaline having new rules. Alkaline has done new rules twice in Jamaica so far. He's done new rules in Miami so far. And his recent new rules in New York took off, and it was huge. These were the ideas that Vybz Kartel had in the first place. So imagine if he had been out here to actually spearhead his own Vybz Kartel and Friends and his own Gaza movement concerts, right? But let's stick a pin. Let's take a deep breath. Let's inhale, exhale, and wait some more, because we've been waiting for quite some time, and we just got to wait a couple more months to hear what the Privy Council has to say. Fingers crossed, all hopes up. He will be out to continue putting in good work. I must say this. Some people get a life sentence and they lay down and they die. They get a life sentence, they go behind bars, they assimilate into the prison culture, they cry. They don't have time to uplift you who are out in the free world. For some reason, it feels like Vybz Kartel is just not in prison. It feels as if he is somewhere else making music, but he just can't get to us right now. How else would you explain a man doing a life sentence still having strength to give others strength? This is the reason why he has been given this award as Artist of the Decade. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, he should not be recording from behind bars. He did the crime. Let him do the time. Please remember, it's always innocent until proven guilty. And although he was proven guilty, that was a botched trial. And he still maintains his innocence, which cannot be ignored because this is the course of justice, however long it may take. He never admitted to guilt. He maintains his innocence, and he is at the highest courts, the Privy Council, fighting his appeal for his freedom. Let's not forget that part. All right. Now, my admiration for Vybz Kartel. My admiration for Vybz Kartel comes from a couple of things. For the fact that, one, he is the kind of person who sees life in the way that I do. Pay it forward. Your children are not supposed to come to earth and suffer. Your purpose is to live life with a purpose that's bigger than life itself. Your purpose is to come to earth and to pave the way and to set a legacy that your children and your children's children and your children's children will benefit from. Something like what the great Bob Marley did, right? You know, Bob Marley was never awarded a Grammy in his lifetime. However, all the Bob Marley children, go and look who has Grammys. And they have tons of Grammys between them. I'm just saying, right? Not to mention the financial stability, the respect of the brand, which they have now taken off into marijuana and coffee and clothing and just so many different ways, right? Yes. So Vybz Kartel's mind has always worked like that. I remember Street Vibes Rum. I remember the Gaza clothing line. I remember all the business ventures and adventures that Vybz Kartel put out there. And it was just to show us that you can be more than this. He was even showing the typical Jamaican artists that you can be more than just an artist who sings on the mic and somebody takes most of your royalties and you get a little bit of money and a little bit of fame from it, 2 nice car and 2 nice bike, and that's it. You can do more. You can be more. You can own your own record label. Vybz Kartel has his own record label. You can own your own publishing. You can own the rights to your music. You can set your children up. Right now, Vybz Kartel has his youngest son, which is Iko Don. If you look on the back of a lot of these records that are being put out, you will see Iko on the beat, credited. All his children. And then, of course, you have Little Vybz and you have Little Addy, which formed UTG. And they both also perform as solo artists as well as perform as a group. I'm just saying, the man mind works like a genius, right? But he's not called the teacher for nothing. This is Vybz Kartel you're talking about. So my admiration for him comes from that type of a place, right? Not only that, let's talk about what the future might hold now. So, from behind bars, he is given an award, a prestigious award. Artist of the Decade. There is not one artist in the industry who does not agree that that is who was supposed to get that award. I'll wait. If you can name somebody who disagrees publicly, I will wait. There are none, because they all said, yes, it was given to the right person, right? So with that said, that tells you the level of respect that others have for him. If not for anything else, you don't even have to like the person. You don't even have to like Adidja Palmer. You don't even have to like Vybz Kartel. You just have to respect the work ethic. And you have to respect the work that this man has put in to build the genre of dancehall music, to make our brand look so shiny and presentable to the world. You know, when I'm looking for music, a lot of artists coming out today, everybody is a gunman. Everybody is shooting somebody in the face. Everybody is killing. Everybody is scamming. Everybody is at the Obyaman. Everybody is slutting out the females. Everybody is... Vybz Kartel is so diverse, right? And these are the things that we're trying to tell the new artists that are just coming to the scene. Diversify your portfolio. Diversify your sound, even. Vybz Kartel not only raps, as in chat pon the mic, DJ, he sings as well. Not only does he do that, the man is a crooner. The man is also, he has like 17 different sounds and 100 different styles. You understand? And a unique voice and a unique style that when you hear it, you know right away that that's a Vybz Kartel song. What's he doing next? What is he about to do next? We all want to know. Big up to Vybz Kartel for never forgetting his foundation, for never forgetting. I remember when him and Bounty Killer were at war, and he said something about boar tongue, and he was like, "You want me long out my tongue and show you?" Batty man, him and Bounty Killer went at it, right? And people were very much against him for that. Oh, you're such a hypocrite. But guess what? It was the fire in that young DJ who said, you know what, teacher, because Bounty was his teacher, respect to the real general, Bounty Killer was his teacher. But the teacher, the student said, listen, it's time for me to be a teacher myself. Now, I need my own classroom and then my own school, right? Empire. And then Empire was born, right? It was an exciting time. And over the years, they have mended their differences, and Vybz Kartel has paid homage and respect to Bounty Killer countless times. When he was awarded his Artist of the Decade award, he shouted out Spice as the queen, and how fitting that the king recognizes who the queen is. Spice as the queen, and big up to Spice for always and never forgetting about him, and for always hailing him up from day one till now. They had one of the biggest songs ever. Rampin' Shop is so big that when they put Neo's song on, nobody wants to hear it because they automatically start singing Vybz Kartel and Spice. I have to laugh. Vybz Kartel and Spice's Rampin' Shop, right? And Spice said it. He gave her the biggest song in her career, the biggest forward. And then, of course, Vybz Kartel bigs up Bounty Killer. That is monumental. To never forget where you came from is the lesson. And to never forget who gave you an opportunity to become the greatness that you are today. He truly is unstoppable. He truly is a runaway train. And if you ask me, definitely, he is not only just Artist of the Decade as in the genre of reggae dancehall music, he is the most prolific songwriter of our times. I put everything on that. Shout out to Vybz Kartel, well deserved, Artist of the Decade, our first staging of our Caribbean Music Awards, and I hope that the Caribbean Music Awards is promoted more next year. All the top name artists who were there should have been making videos leading up to it, talking about it, telling people about it, tuning the world into it so that it becomes something huge. It is ours. It is for us. And it is prestigious, right? And again, shout out to Vybz Kartel because it was well deserved. Like I said, for me, he has been artist of the last 2 decades. Locked the game flat for the last 20 years. But since we just started this and they want to give him artist of the decade, we'll give him the last decade. All right. And up to this minute, up to the time, he is still the king on the throne. Who's going to replace him? Leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll catch y'all on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.
Benz put on because we have the Benz. Cake soap because we have the cake soap.
Y'all say me pretty like a coloring book. She say me skin pretty like a coloring.
You got the body when me looking for. Girl, your attitude match me car. So
Watch where you walk, your goodly vanish, not deny. Take off, in a port more, go back and mobile. Cause a commandment stand up same way.
no man panic Gaza no boat home. No man panic Gaza no boat home. When tell them me day up on the Gaza I'm ready.
Them shoulda know, cause a man stand tall, which hear me say, me big bad and brave.
Oh, here we go. Summertime is here. You know. Straight jeans and fitted. In a white t-shirt we did it.
Vybz Kartel is not someone that can be ordered around. You know what I mean? And
Even